Good morning, Reed here. Thanks for joining me again today as I walk about Orchestra Farm. And let's see, it's the 3rd of December 2024. So if there's anything left that you wanted to get done this year, what's that? A third? 28 days to make it happen? Glad to see that it's not all that frosty just because maybe it won't be quite as chilly at work today. But yeah, if you want to get something done, make it happen, people. This is the time. To which I did myself a favor over the weekend and purchased a full suite of Ableton Live, which is a DAW or an audio program for recording and mastering and all that kind of stuff. And what a difference that made. I had a fun recording session on Sunday with my drummer friend, so we'll be releasing some of that material probably early in the new year. And along with that, oh, that's interesting. There's a definitive path right here. Let's see where that goes and comes from. And along with that, I've been really working on being able to come from my studio space to go live over the internet. And questioning, okay, it's coming through there. So that looks like some kind of a rabbit, I guess. Interesting and curious. Let's continue following this around. And the notion of, how is this online presence thing functioning, and how do we discover audience? Yeah, this is almost impossible to discover right here, where this path went. And the notion of, I think, especially for musical purposes, that the ability to go live feels paramount. I could be wrong with that. Also, the ability to take those live recordings and cut them up into shorts and things like that, which if you have subscribed to this channel, you can find, and even if you haven't, you could still go to my channel and see my shorts, which are largely music or art related. And chatting with a new friend last night, that notion of creating shorts and posting those in the different things, as in different media sites, is one of the big ways to go about moving that audience discovery process forward. And so I also got to chat with both my brothers over the weekend, and got some insights into figuring that whole setup out some more. So that's part of my winter plan, as in December I'm going to be taking a bunch of time off of work, some of it vacation-like, other of it just holiday-like, and some of it healing from a simple surgery. Nothing's wrong. And yeah, this is a mess over here. Whew. Yes. This is our raspberry patch, which the things that are leafed out here are different kinds of blackberry, and the grasses are just 8 feet tall there. They're bent over. Anyway, things to be dealt with in the future. And with that audience discovery and going live thing, the question of how often do you have to do that to both maintain not only a regularity, but also the piece of consistency. So if you're watching this, you probably recognize when I'm releasing these videos. That's good, the beaver gate is closed. We got one willow left of all the willows I planted here. Oh, so sad. I mean, it's happy that there's one left. And all that stuff is things I'm going to be thinking about and trying to schedule into my life for this next coming year. And a bunch of people, might think of January 1st as the next year. But I like to say that Halloween or Samhain is the beginning of the year, and then the year doesn't actually start until the Chinese New Year, which is, generally speaking, like the first new moon of February. But it might be like, at the tail end of January, depending on how the rhythms of life align. Anyway, I'm not too clear about that, but there's just so many like new starts of the year, and at Samhain you have the whole, it's just getting darker and darker and darker and darker, and then you have the solstice on December 21st, the ultimate night moment. And then, at about the Chinese New Year, you really are back into like, okay, the days are getting significantly longer again. We're really in that new light. And I like that feeling, awareness, sense of, okay, now we're in that new light of a new year. That's just me. But it gives me a nice window to percolate and reflect on how everything's been going, and to set up my calendar for the coming year. In the Mayan school of thought that I'm aware of, and I can be wrong about all these things, they have this day at a time. I think it's like 25th or something like that of July. I should know this. But that piece of like one calendar cycle ends, and before the next one begins, there's this time out of time. That's actually how I like to think about this whole big chunk of time here. Obviously, there's still lots of things to do and get done, but it feels like a good time to like reflect and plan and prepare for the coming moments. So that's what I'm thinking about. And if you want to check out my music, I've got an album of solo saxophone works that I just released. There's also the album I released back in August called Delta of Becoming. You can find those on my Bandcamp site, which is bendingreeds.bandcamp.com. Link in the description of this video. And yeah, I've got other exciting things I'll tell you about on another time. But for today, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for your likes and your comments. Let me know what you're thinking about at this time of year, whether you're reflecting or you're just trying to get through the holiday season. Talk about post office at some point, maybe not. Canada Post? Come on, people. Anyway, have too much fun.